Hello, everyone. Ivan Temelkov here, Chief Human Marketer at Razor Sharp Digital, the world's #1 human marketing agency. We help brands and individuals forge their digital footprint using multi-channel marketing, emotional engagement, and human-to-human business practices. Do you quit when things get tough? Do you throw in the towel when things get tough? Do you give up when things get tough, when things don't go your way? I've been bankrupt. I've had several foreclosure notices on my home. I've had to move my family several times because of money problems. I've had to borrow money to stay alive. I've had to do things I wasn't proud of for the sake of survival that otherwise I wouldn't do. You know what, though? I never once decided to quit. Winners don't quit. Winners don't quit when things get tough. Winners don't give up on their dreams when things get tough. Winners don't stop at anything because of their determination. You see, a lot of people on social media are yapping about how mentally and physically tough they are, but when shit hits the fan, their true colors come out. Do you want to be a winner? Do you want to accomplish your goals and dreams? Do you want to make more money and have everything you ever wanted? Never stop trying. This is literally the message that I have on the back of my phone, if you can see it right here. Never stop trying. Never quit. Winners never quit. So, the one thing I want to talk about in this broadcast is, are you a winner or are you a loser? And I know a lot of people are going to get their butts hurt in this, but this needs to be talked about. Are you a winner or a loser? What does a winner do? Let me give you an example of what a winner does. So in case you were just joining, I just shared with you that winners simply don't give up no matter what. They keep going. If you look at any successful person in the world, let's take Jeff Bezos, for example, the world's first trillionaire. The guy has never given up, ever. In the 30 years, I believe now, that he's been running Amazon. And Amazon is now capturing almost 60% of the retail market in the United States. Simply because someone never gave up on something. They were so determined, Jeff Bezos was so determined that he was unwilling to stop. Apple is another brand. Steve Jobs had set out on a mission to put a computer in everyone's household, eventually in the palm of their hand. The essence, the iPhone, that transformed the way that we communicate as human beings. Never gave up. Never gave up. In fact, Steve Jobs was even fired from Apple multiple times. But that didn't stop him. He just kept going. Elon Musk, self-made billionaire. You get the point. So there was a recent encounter over the last couple of days that really inspired me to do this live. And I came to the realization that there's a lot of people out there right now who want to be winners, but are unwilling to do the things that winners do. And I've been there. As I just mentioned. I've been bankrupt. I've been broke. I've had to move my family multiple times. I've had foreclosure notices on my property in the past. I've lost close to 6 figures in 3 years just to figure something out. But you know what? The principle of that is just that winners never quit. No matter what, winners never give up. This is why the rich get richer. You've probably heard this saying. They get richer because they never give up. They never stop at anything. No matter what comes their way, they don't give up. Now that, my friends, is the epitome of a real entrepreneur. Someone that never gives up because they're so passionate, they're so determined and focused towards the things that matter to them. I'm focused. I'm committed. And I will not quit. I will not quit on myself, and I will not quit on the people that I've surrounded myself with. And there's a lot of amazing people that I've surrounded myself with. And a lot of people who I don't think they truly know how capable they are. And so it is in part my duty to ensure that they never quit on themselves. Okay? Never, ever quit. That's what winners do. Losers give up. I don't need to sit here and tell you what a loser is. You probably know this. A loser is someone that throws in the towel in halftime and says, you know what, this is too tough. I can't do this. It's really hard. I don't think I'm cut out for this. Do you know how many times in the last 5 years I've heard people say, Ivan, you're not cut out for this. Ivan, you shouldn't start a business. Ivan, entrepreneurship is not for you. Come and work for me for lesser money. Do you know how many times I've heard that? Whether it was on social media or in person, from people that I thought I trusted, people that I thought were my friends. I can count on both hands how many times I've heard people say that. Do you think that ever stopped me from doing what I'm passionate about? And this is why I'm emphasizing in this broadcast to help you understand that 1% of people are true winners. 99% people in the world are losers. Because those people are unwilling to follow through, unwilling to do the things the winners do. You want to win? You stop at nothing. Absolutely nothing. Literally. I will tell you this. I will use my father as an example. He has built a successful business, but it has taken him close to 30 years to do that. Do you know how many times he has struggled financially? Do you know how many times he has questioned whether or not what he's doing is worthwhile? Far too many than I even know. But that's exactly what most people do. They question themselves every single day. Don't question yourself. Don't question yourself and say, you know what? I'm incapable of doing this, because you're immediately positioning yourself for failure. Immediately, because you're starting to think negatively. I will tell you this, friends, that every single time, you've probably heard this, manifestation is what I'm referring to here, that if you have negative thoughts, a negative outcome is bound to occur. If you have positive thoughts, a positive outcome is bound to occur. This is proof in the pudding. Ask anyone that has ever accomplished and anything that they have set out to accomplish. Anyone that has built a successful business. Anyone who has a positive and a happy relationship. Anyone that has ever done anything that's worthwhile, guess what? There was never an ounce of a negative thought that crossed their mind, regardless of how challenging the situations are. Regardless. You don't think I have stress? You don't think that I have bills to pay? As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I've got more bills than the average viewer on this podcast, or I should say on this live feed. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're live in like 5 different areas right now, by the way. So you can watch the stream on multiple destinations. I'm just like everybody else. I've got bills. I've got family. I've got children. You don't think that I'm facing similar, if not more challenging issues every single day? Did you ever see me quit? Never. Any of those people who know me on social media or personally can attest to the fact that in the last 5 years, I have never quit. And I don't plan to. I feel like I'm just getting started. But you know what? You know what's unpopular is when you talk about winners. Because everybody wants to be a winner, but nobody wants to do what it takes to be a winner. That's the challenging part. I'll bring up last night's debate, honestly. Let's talk about that for a second. That was the biggest shit show that I think I have ever seen. And I probably watched a whopping 10 minutes of it because I talked about this in my podcast, episode 84 of The Ross Project. Not to sound like a hypocrite, but I watched it for a whopping 10 minutes. You know what I saw? 2 clowns going at it. Is this the kind of leadership? Are these the kinds of winners that are going to lead our country to greatness, to success? But you know what? These are the 2 choices Americans have to pick from. And it's actually very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Because you know what? Donald Trump and Joe Biden was incapable of putting aside their personal issues, and they literally made the debate a shit show. And how is this relevant to what we're talking about here? Well, that's what a lot of losers do. A lot of people always make it about themselves. They look forward to someone who they can blame for their situation, as opposed to taking accountability, action, being proactive. That's what winners do. Being solution oriented. That is what winners do. And you know what? It's not popular because nobody wants to be proactive. Nobody wants to be accountable. Nobody wants to do the work. And everybody wants to be a winner. Everybody wants to make a lot of money. Everybody wants to live in a big house. Everybody wants to have an expensive car. Everybody wants things to be perfect. I will tell you this, before things get to be maybe normal, or even you start to see somewhat of a win, it has to start within yourself. You are the person, you're the only person that can change your status quo. The only person. I am proof of that. I have made so many mistakes, and I continue to make so many mistakes. But I've also fallen into the realization that if I don't take accountability for my actions and find resolutions, nobody else will. And this is what a lot of people are actually doing right now. Literally, that is what a lot of people are doing right now. A lot of people are unwilling to take responsibility for their actions. They're unable to be accountable. They're unable to be proactive, to be solution oriented. But everybody wants to be a winner. Everybody wants to be a winner. Everybody wants to have everything glamorous. I will tell you this, again, not to sound like a broken record, but I've been there. Every single day, I'm tested with this every single day. Am I a winner or am I a loser? Am I going to give up and throw in the towel today? And you know what? My mind plays on tricks every single day, every single moment. Right now, my mind is playing tricks on me and telling me, Ivan, like, do you really want to do this? You know, Ivan, like today you've got a pile of stuff that you need to do. You know, should you be here on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitter Live, talking about these things? Should you be doing that or utilizing your time more productively? You know what? There's always a million things that you could be doing. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a winner, first of all, you need to have structure. You need to have some structure of how you do things, why you do things. This is literally what most people struggle with. If you want to be a winner, you've got to have structure. So in a recent episode of The Roz Project, I interviewed Sam Bakhtiar. And I'm not going to give you a background on him, but definitely go and look him up. You know, he's verified all over social media, very successful entrepreneur. And one thing that I asked Sam, mind you, Sam's got all the cars, the house, everything. It's taken him close to 30 years to accomplish all of this, mind you. And one of the questions that I asked Sam, I said, Sam, what is perhaps the one thing that you think has made you successful, that's made you a winner? You know, if you can think about, you know, the one thing that has helped you become successful. You know what Sam said? Sam said, you know what? Every single day, I know what I'm doing at what time and exactly what I'm doing. So he actually has a calendar for every single day, for every time slot. Every hour, he knows what he's doing. And he spends time documenting that every single night. He would write down things that would say, okay, tomorrow at 5 a.m., from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., workout. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., reading. 8 a.m., so on and so forth. Now that's structure, ladies and gentlemen. That is structure. That is what winners do. Winners have structure. Winners have a system that they follow. And you know what? Most people don't have a system. Most people don't want to have a system because most people don't want to be organized and don't understand that in order to have accomplishments and be able to do certain things, you need to have structure and organization. And I know what you're gonna say. Sure, I'm guilty of this. I like organization. I like structure. And there are always challenges out there. There's challenges always out there. In fact, as a business owner nowadays, I'm every single day wondering whether or not my structure, my processes in business are feasible. And I'm always striving for ways to improve, because you need to be continuously improving. You need to be figuring out ways to be constantly relevant, to ensure that you're being productive, whatever that looks like, ultimately. And so the thing that I want to share with you from an advice standpoint here is, you want to be a winner, do everything else the completely opposite of what everybody else is telling you to do. That is literally the essence of winning. That is, at least in my experience, what I've discovered, because the world will tell you that, no, don't start a business. No, don't spend money on this. No, you shouldn't do that. That is literally the world. That is society. That is what your friends, your family, what almost everybody's going to tell you to do. Whether they care about you and that's their intent, or they simply see no value in you doing that, or both, it doesn't matter. Winners do what winners want. Winners focus on doing the things that are important to them. That's it. And in fact, speaking of the presidential debate last night, one of the key lessons from that I want to share is that as a winner, you have to understand how to agree to disagree with other people, because you are going to have to do that a lot of times. You are going to have to agree to disagree, because many people in your journey, in your entrepreneurial path, will disagree with you because they won't see any value in anything that you're doing. Period. They just won't. The only person that's going to see value in what you're doing is going to be you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the only person that matters to, right? Who cares about, personally, I don't care about anybody else's opinion. I don't. You can give me advice, you can give me your opinions, I will take them into consideration, but there's a key difference between opinions, in fact, and enforcing opinions to be implemented. That's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm okay with opinions. I read opinions every single day on social media. And that's the advice that I want to share with you, is just that you have to determine as a winner what it is that you need to do, what it is that you want to do to accomplish in order to reach your goals and dreams. It's that simple. And then forget about everything else. Forget about everyone. Forget about anyone else who does not resonate with your vision. I'm not talking about, degrading people by any means, because they don't see value or purpose behind what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's not what I'm saying here. I know plenty of people who I'm friends with, even family also, that don't agree with the things that I do. They don't resonate with my vision. And I don't need them to resonate with my vision. That's just it. That's what winners do, is that they understand the delineation between why something's important to you and why it's not important to someone else. Because it's your path. It's your journey. The things you're doing will ultimately benefit and affect you directly. Literally, that is the core message behind this. And are you a winner or a loser? Well, the choice is yours. If you keep doing average things like everybody else, I hate to tell you this, but you're probably a loser. Because winners do extraordinary things. They do the complete opposite of what everybody else is telling them to do. So I want you to think about that today. We're midweek. Regardless of where you are in your journey or what you're doing today, just remember this. I think you're a winner. That's what I think. But you also have to accept it within yourself that you are a winner. And literally follow through on that, because only then you're going to be 100% persuaded that you truly are a winner, and you're going to be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this message, please let me know in the comment section below. If you know anyone that needs to hear this message, please share it out there on social media. The purpose behind these lives is to educate, to inform, to share my own trials and tribulations in hope to help you guys in some form or fashion. so you're not making the mistakes that I have made, because mistakes do cost time, and some mistakes, in fact, most mistakes in business cost money. And nobody wants to lose money over mistakes. Let's just face that. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.